Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to look at designing a UAV from scratch. And this is going to be quite comprehensive, and it's probably going to be a very long video because we'll look at modeling everything on this, even the servos on the bottom of it, like this one here. Like the servo here, then we'll do hinges and horns and all that stuff too. So this is an ultimate guide here of how to do all this stuff. And I might even show you how to make molds of this, to make a mold of it so you can have a composite plane also, or 3D print, cut this up to 3D print the fuselage here too, and the wings. So this is my design so far. I've seen some pictures of, I believe it's RQ7 or something. But this doesn't look much like it, but I wanted to have something similar to the fuselage of the RQ7. So I went ahead and did this, was working on this, and even some of the internal structures. Let's have a look here. Let's see, turn off the fuselage here, the main fuse. Excuse me. And turn off the main wing also. And you see, we even have the stuff inside of it, the bolts that hold the gear down and the motor and the motor plate and everything too. So this is quite comprehensive. So turn all the main wing back on and the main fuse. Now, what you want to do is get yourself some pictures of something, what you want your plane to look like, and start modeling from that. So I had a couple of pictures that I looked at, and like I said, the RQ7, and I believe it's an Anaconda plane that Ready-Made RC has. I like the looks of that too. So it looks similar. Both of them look a little similar, so I made something like this. And the first thing I did here, starting out, excuse me again, is create a sketch on this plane here. And I use a fit point spline. And this is just all guesstimation of what I did. Then I did another one at the bottom here. Okay, we have two splines here. And finish sketch here. Okay. Then went to the top view here, created the sketch. Oops, top here. Create a sketch on this plane here. And did something like this. Then mirror this. And clicked OK. Finish sketch. And this is pretty much our fuselage. Now this one looks different than what I did, but this is exactly how I made my fuselage. Then what I did next, I did an offset plane. Then another one. And then one final plane. Then create a sketch on this plane here. And come up to create and project include. And use the intersect. And select this, 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 and this. Click OK. Then fit point spline. Finish sketch. Create a sketch on this plane. And the same thing, create, project, include, and intersect. And those 4 lines again. Then fit point spline. Finish sketch. And then the third one. And again, project, include, intersect. Now you could use a form to do this also, but I'm just doing surface modeling here for this. And finish sketch. Okay, now surface, and I'm going to use a loft. And add the rails. And click OK. And there's our form for our fuselage. Now what I'm going to do here is patch this so I can have a surface to model on here. So I'll come up to the surface here and click patch. Then click OK. Now I have a surface here that I can model on. Create a sketch on the surface there. And project this. Click OK. And draw a center line here. And we have 2 halves, hemispheres. And finish sketch. Next, create a sketch on this plane here. And I'm going to use a fit point spline. And something like this, the front shape. something that looks somewhat decent. Just move this around to what your shape you want it to be. And letter P for project. And I want to project this center line here. And click OK. Finish sketch. Move this up a little. Okay. Now we're going to use loft. Erase this. And click OK. And there's our fuselage. Looks like a wheel pant, but that's fine. Now, I'm going to put a wing shape right here. Okay, so I want to create a sketch on this plane here. Now, if you have a profile for a wing already, go ahead and use that, because what I'm doing now is just an arbitrary wing. I'm going to make this plane with a wing right here in the center. Actually, about right there. And like I said, the fuselage that you decide to model will be yours. This is just something rough that I'm doing to show you guys how to do this. Okay, and finish sketch. And now what I'm going to do, now here, since this wing is just going to be straight, what you could do is use an extrude and just extrude both of these surfaces here. And that's the easiest way to do this. So I'm just going to use an extrude. Extrude this and this. And turn the bodies back on here. Change this to symmetric. Okay. Now that looks pretty cool. And what I'm going to do back here is patch this back and here also. So I come back up here, surface, and patch this, and click OK. And I want to stitch that together. Let's see here, cancel that. I want to this and this. and turn this nose off here and stitch this and click OK. Now I have 3 solid bodies here. Now I'm going to do the booms, and how I did that is just use the line here, and you'll have to decide the distance on your plane that you're designing, how far this goes back here on your plane. And finish sketch. Move copy. I'm going to use this sketch object and move this down to about there. Click OK. Then come over here and use a pipe command. Select this. Then whatever thickness you're using here, go ahead and use that, and change this to a new body, and click OK. And we have one boom. And we can start labeling this stuff over here. And I'm going to leave these two separate for now. Okay. Now I want to put a hatch up here. So all of this comes off. Create a sketch. Now once again on the plane you guys are drawing or modeling for yourself, you guys can decide where all this stuff goes. Right now I'm just showing you how to do all of this. But it's up to you to decide where you want to place everything. And split body, this is the body. I'm going to use this line here. And change this to hatch. And turn the wing off here. I'm going to shell this out too. And now that's shelled inside. Let's make sure it is. So we'll do an inspect. And it is. You can see it's hollow inside now. And click OK. Turn off the analysis. Create a sketch on this plane here. Project this. Do an offset of this. I'm going to make this 5 and click OK. Finish sketch. Extrude this down to make sure it's set to cut and click OK. And we have a hollow fuselage inside. Now, turn the wing back on. Split body. And use the wing as the splitting tool. And click OK. Okay, go back. Turn that off and click OK. The split here, delete it. I don't know why it didn't like that, but do that again. Split body. This is the body to split. The wing is the splitting tool. Turn off the extended tool. Click OK. Now I don't know why it's not cutting it, but I'll figure that out later. Perhaps it did it already. Change this to left boom. Okay. Let's try splitting the body again. This is the body. Okay. Now I see the problem is not selecting the whole wing. Now it's cut. Okay. What it was doing before, I wasn't selecting the whole wing, so that's why it wasn't splitting it. So now I can turn this wing off and then turn these little two pieces off, or actually just delete them or remove them. Okay, now we have our fuselage. The nose, wing, hatch, and the boom. And I'm going to hollow out this hatch too, or shell it out. The whole thing. Create a sketch on this plane here. Project this. Offset. And make this 5 millimeters, -5. Click OK. Finish sketch. Extrude this up to cut. And click OK. And that's hollow too now. Okay, we have this. Create a sketch on this plane here. Project this. Click OK. Offset. I'm going to just make this 3. And click OK. Finish sketch. Extrude this. And set to cut. And now we see inside here also. The nose here, I'm going to change its color to glass so it's clear. And close that. Okay. Now we can see inside of there too. And I want that to be clear for camera stuff up here. Now so far this UAV is looking pretty good, this fuselage. Like I said with the wing, if you copy this, this particular design, again, go ahead and use a profile for a wing that's for an actual airplane, because I said I just drew something here just to show you guys how to do that. Okay, turn the hatch off. Now, if you're going to set this up to 3D print, let's turn the wing back on here. And I'm going to create a sketch on this plane here. Draw a line. Then mirror that line. And finish sketch. Then split body. Same thing again, split body. Use that last sketch I just drew. And click OK. Now this is the left wing. Change this to left wing. And this is the right wing. Turn the 2 wings off. Turn the sketches off, don't need them. And turn the origin off. Now I want to split this wing inside here. So split body, which is this. And then the splitting tool will be the inside, and click OK. Now, it didn't let me do that, so split body, this, and then I'm going to use the outside as a splitting tool. And it didn't let me do that still. Still no problem here. Let me figure this out. Turn this nose off. Now I don't know why it won't let me split this just yet, but maybe I'm not getting everything on it. And it's still not letting me split it. So let's try something else here. Create a sketch on that plane there. Okay. Finish sketch. Turn off the fuse. Turn sketches back on. Okay. Now, split body. And this line here. Now, for some reason, it is not letting me split that. Let's try something else again. Use the line here. And try splitting it this way. Okay, let me split it that time. Go back to this sketch here. Mirror this line. Okay. Now sometimes I don't know why that wouldn't let me split that, so I had to go back and do some, try splitting it a different way, but you saw me do that. So now turn that sketches back on and split this body again and use this line here. Click OK. And the center section here, you turn it off for now. And turn fuse back on, turn the sketches off. And now we have that inside. And see if it'll let me combine this. Okay. And combine this. And we have one solid fuse now. Just like that. And this here, do not need anymore. So I'll just remove this. Now we have the left wing, the left boom, the hatch, right wing, and nose of our airplane. And I'm going to mirror this boom also. Mirror. And click OK. And there we have our plane so far, the UAV. Now I'm going to do some work here on the tail. Going to create a sketch on this plane here. Going to draw a line here to here. Finish sketch. And I'm going to move this line down here. Turn the bodies off. Then I'm going to do a plane at an angle. This line here. Look at this from the front. And the angle about 30 degrees and click OK. Then I want to do another plane at an angle. Use this line here. And make this one 60 degrees. Looks good. Click OK. Turn this plane off here. Make sure I turn the right one off again. OK. This one I want to turn off. Actually, the other one. Now I want to create a sketch on this plane here. And I'm going to draw an airfoil. Again, if you have your own picture of the airfoil you want to use, just use that. I'm just drawing arbitrary ones here just to show you guys how to do this. Okay. Finish sketch. Now I'm going to extrude these two pieces here. Don't know why it's not letting me do both at the same time, but no problem. And click OK. Okay, that's cool. And change this to left stab. And mirror that. And this is our UAV so far. Pretty cool. And create a sketch. This plane here. Draw a line from here up to here. Finish sketch. Turn the left stab off. Turn the sketches back on. And we want to use a split body. Split this. Use this as the splitting tool. Click OK. Now this little piece here, we can remove. And this here, turn off the left stab. And this, change this to right stab. Turn that sketch back on. Split body. This is the body to split. This is a splitting tool. And click OK. And we can delete this little piece here. Or remove it. Turn the sketches off. Turn the left stab back on. Okay. Pretty cool so far. There's our UAV. Now let's get some gear on this thing, landing gear. Create a sketch on this plane here. And I'm just going to use a 2-point rectangle. And now I'm going to extrude that and make it symmetric. And make this a new body. Move it out a little more. Click OK. Split body. This is the body of the split. And we're going to use this. Okay, now turn off the fuse here. And these two outer pieces we do not need. So remove them. Okay. Now I'm going to create a sketch on this plane here. Draw a line. Finish sketch. And extrude this plane here, or sketch. Make this a new body. Click OK. Extrude this. Click OK. Now I don't like this thickness here, so what I'm going to do here is thin it down a little. Create a sketch on this plane. And extrude that piece there. Set this to cut. And click OK. And that looks better. but that is a little short, I think. So I'm going to extrude it a little more. Okay. And I don't like this shape as much. So I'm going to do a little more to it. Let's see what this looks like when I split this. Okay, that looks better now. This piece here we don't need, so I can remove it. And that other piece was this one, I believe. Yes, we don't need that, so I can remove it too. And this is the gear. To turn the fuse off here, take a look at that gear. Can turn off the other stuff too, we don't need it. Just that, and those two pieces there. Let's combine all this. Extrude. Okay, it's not going to let me extrude that. No problem. I could come up with a work around that, but there's really no need to. So now I'm going to mirror this. Didn't get the mirror. And new body, click OK. And turn everything back on here. Okay. And this is what we have. Looking pretty cool. Now, create a sketch. This plane. Draw a line here down. Finish sketch. Turn sketches back on. Come over here to the pipe command. This is the line we're going to use. And the diameter, see what 5 looks like. And change this to new body. And finish sketch. Create a sketch on this plane here. You say center circle. Now that wheel is a little too big, will be a little too big, don't like it. Okay, it's a little better. Oops, moved it. Now, use an extrude. New body, click OK. Now I want to move this. Click OK. Fillet. And click OK. And mirror this. Again, once again, this is a concept plane. Just modeling it as I'm going along here, just to show you guys how to do this. Will it fly? I don't know. It probably would. The CG is correct. I've seen a lot of things fly that didn't even look like they should, but this looks like it would fly if the CG is correct. Okay. Create a sketch on this plane here, but it won't let me, so that's no problem. So I'll do it on that plane there. Draw a line. Then I'm going to mirror these lines. Finish sketch. Split body. This is the body to split. Then the splitting tool is this line. Click OK. Same thing for this side. Split body. Go back to that last sketch and turn the lines back on. Splitting tool. This. And click OK. Turn the sketches back off. Okay. Create a sketch on this plane here. Finish sketch. Change this to nose wheel. And fillet. Okay. Now, if I were to do this again, I would just make the this fuselage just a little wider and have these extend out further, because landing on something narrow like this can be a little difficult, landing an airplane with narrow gear like this. But that's all I would do to this so far. And I'm going to create a sketch on this plane here. Another line. And I'm going to mirror those lines. Finish sketch. Turn sketches back on and split body. This is the body to split. And turn that last sketch back on. And split body. And here's our UAV. Create a sketch on this plane here. Let's see here. Okay. Now we have our motor. Change this to motor. And I'm going to move it. Okay. This is looking really good now. Let's go ahead and give it some color. I like this gray just. Okay, that looks better. Now do some more color to this. Okay, that looks much better now. Some color. Okay. Not bad. UAV design here. Turn this off. This hatch. Change this to right wheel. Left wheel. And nose gear. And turn everything off. Except the fuse here. Now what I'm going to do is show you how to do the internal structure for this if you want to 3D print this. Create a sketch on this plane here. Finish sketch. Turn the sketches back on. Extrude this. And I'm going to say distance of 0.5 millimeters. Do that again. Extrude this 0.5 and make this a new body and click OK. Then split body. This is the body of the split. Okay. Now what I'm going to have to do here, move this back to there. Now see, is that let me split this. Nope. So I have to move it back in just a little more. And try splitting it again. Still won't let me split it, but no problem. So now I have to come up with the workaround to do this. Create a sketch on this plane here. And I want to project. This. Offset this lines. Finish sketch. Okay. Turn the sketches off here. And still won't let me split that. Okay. Have somewhat an idea why it won't. Let's try this. All right. Having a little trouble here, but I'll get it figured out here in a second. Turn this fuse off here. Create a sketch on this plane here. Okay, let's try splitting this again. And it won't let me split that. Okay. Try something else here. Create a sketch here. And it still won't let me split it, so no biggie. I'll try something else here. And it won't let me split that. Don't know why, but I'll figure it out later. No biggie. Okay. Turn these sketches off. So I can have a good look at this now. Let's see if I can split it this way. One more thing I'm going to try here. I don't know why it won't let me split that. That's odd. Okay. Did it that way. I'll turn that fuse back on. Now let's see if it'll let me split this now. And it does not. Okay. Turn the sketches back on here. These are just some of the problems you can run into with doing stuff like this. But if you do, just come up with different things like I'm doing here to achieve the solution. Okay. Finish sketch. And see if it'll let me extrude this to cut. Click OK. And seems to have let me do that. And click OK. Turn these sketches off. And turn fuse back on. But we didn't get all of it. Okay. Okay, I don't know why it's not letting me do this, but I'm gonna have to figure this out here. But anyway, I'll come back to this. Go ahead and turn everything back on. Turn all these off. And we have our UAV again. Okay, so that's going to do it for this video here. And when I come back to here, I'll show you guys how to do the internal structure of this. I just got to figure out why this is not splitting for me. And as soon as I figure that out, then I'll just come back and finish this up and show you guys how to model the internals of this this particular UAV to 3D print. And also we'll get more with the motor, just a little more details on propeller on here. And like I did with this one, well, I don't have propeller on this one, but I'll show you more things like, let's see, let me turn the wing off on this one, how I did a lot of the little things in here, like the wood plate and all that, and the landing gear. We'll get to all that on the next one also. So anyway, that's going to do it for this video. And this is, like I said, it's going to be a long video. These will, because I'm going to be showing you guys how to do all this stuff like this. So that's going to do it for this video. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. And also invite you to join my Patreon site and my Facebook group. Both are called CAD Build Fly RC. Go over and have a look. If you got any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. And I will get back to you guys. So hope you guys have a great one, and catch you in the next video.
Subscribe for more.